U.S. President Donald Trump's plan to reshape global trade through tariffs is facing a key legal battle this week in the U.S. Supreme Court. There, the justices are going to hear arguments from states and businesses that say Trump's use of a national security statute is actually illegal. So Trump used the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977 to enact both his Liberation Day reciprocal tariffs and his fentanyl-related tariffs that are on Canada, Mexico, and China. Generally, this statute, that's obviously been around since the 70s, has been used for things like sanctions. But no president up until this administration had ever used it for tariffs. And the lawyers for the states and the businesses argue that the statute doesn't actually include the word tariff or even any synonyms for the word tariff. And the U.S. Constitution gives power over taxes and tariffs to Congress. The lawyers are arguing that Congress never intended to hand over this kind of power to the executive. And then they also argue that even if the Supreme Court were to slightly allow for tariffs under the statute, which everyone calls IEEPA, but if IEEPA did say allow for tariffs, it has to be an unusual and extraordinary circumstance. And they say the way Trump is using these tariffs is not unusual or extraordinary. So the impact on Canada for this specifically relates to the fentanyl-related duties. So the Supreme Court could knock those down completely. It could limit them to some extent. But the problem is Canada, what it is majorly being hit by is Trump's separate sectoral duties on steel, aluminum, automobiles, copper, lumber. And those ones are the ones that are really causing major issues in important Canadian sectors. And so those are not being impacted by this. And the other thing is Trump's team has come out and said that they have other tools that they'll use to keep doing their tariffs, no matter what the Supreme Court rules. So a lot of Canadians are looking at this, hoping that it'll bring some sort of tariff relief. But ultimately, with the Trump administration, experts say tariffs are here to stay.